This is a working marketplace. Listings, two-sided accounts, real checkout, money moving between strangers. The front end, AI built that in minutes. The part that actually works, AI never touched it. And that's the whole point. So you search for AI Marketplace Builder, and then what you are picturing is probably that the AI builds a beautiful storefront. And it does. But the reality is that that's probably like 10% of a marketplace. So let's talk about the 90% that is basically in the back office of a marketplace. Okay, so you're probably thinking something like this. So a marketplace basically consists of 4 systems pretending to be one, you could say. And the one that you want to be creative about is actually just the front end. So the design, layout, your taste, and so on. So the way you want your hero to look, your FAQ, and so on. All of that you would like the help from the AI to build it and then, make it look good. But you still want to be able to, after you maybe prompt whatever you want to prompt, to be able to click on it to adjust it. Because it's actually very frustrating to prompt everything. So let's say you want to change the text, for instance, on the hero. That would be annoying if you actually had to write that in the prompting area and not just click on the text and change it that way. Okay, but let's talk about the other parts of a marketplace. So 2 listings. So that structure just needs to be correct, right? So you don't want that to be broken. So there's no creative version here. You just want it to work. Accounts, two-sided, buyers, sellers, permissions, who can do what. There's also no creative version here. You also just want it to work. So either it works or it does not work. And then of course the most boring one, and the one that you want to always be reliable, of course, because this is where you actually earn money, is the payments area. So money between strangers should always work, even 2 a.m. in the morning when you are sleeping. So you don't want to use AI here for freestyling, of course. So that's what I mean. So actually when you say an AI marketplace builder, it's basically just 10% of the actual marketplace that you want to use AI for prompting, and that is the front end. So let me show you what I mean by building a live marketplace, and I'll use AI for building the front end, but not for the back office. Let's do it. Okay, so let's do it. So I am on Promotora and I'm going the custom with AI route then, because I want to show you the AI features here, but you could also just choose a template. That is completely up to you. So we are going to be building a cats marketplace. So kind of like Rover, but for cats. So we will call it this Whisker. I think that's how you say it. And let me just take the description from here. So the description will be the trusted marketplace for cat people. Book a loving sitter for your cat in their home or yours. Let's do it. And we're gonna go for a, let's say, a bold and modern design. Okay, so as you can see here, AI is then creating the first couple of pages. And this is where you then want to be creative with the AI, because this is where AI can help you, especially with doing stuff faster. So you can see here, so it made the front page, the first draft of the front page, and it's creating an about and a contact page as well. So let's just wait for them, but let's start with the front page. Okay, first of all, your cat's perfect match awaits. That's pretty good actually. So that's actually really cool. So this is what the AI is good at, but of course the image, we want to change that. So let's just change that to another one. Okay, so I picked another one. So like this, that's better. And we will also change the colors here. So maybe we should use, not the border, but the background here. I don't know, maybe just black. Yeah, let's go for black here. So we're gonna choose black colors for this one. Okay, cool. Then I'll just remove this one actually. So we don't want to have that one. Let me just publish for now. And let's add an FAQ down here. And let's do that with the AI. So I write add an FAQ in the bottom, and then let's see what it does. So this is also something where the AI can generate something very fast. Okay, cool. So it generated this one, but we just have to adjust the text here though. So we do that from here. Okay, good. So that is better. So it looks like this. So let's just try and publish. And let's also just quickly adjust the navigation up here. So we remove the tagline and let's add a couple of links here. So let's do like this. Okay, let's take a look. So right now it looks like this. Let's just change that one, remove that one. And now for the about page. We don't like what it made here, so let's delete those ones. And then actually let's use one component where we can then ask it exactly what to make. So this one is the component that is called custom HTML. So let's ask it for something here. So let's try and write a beautiful about page for Cats Marketplace. And let's see what it then generates for us. Okay, so the HTML is done. Let's save. And now we have this. It's a start, right? So let's publish that. Let's just see what it looks like here. So of course we have to remove the top there. It's okay. It's not great, I would say. So first of all, we would definitely want to change the background here to the same one as here, I guess. Still not great, but we leave it like this for now. And let's also just add then the about to the header here. So we add an about, and that is the about page. Okay, so we have the about here as well. So it looks like this. You can go to listings. We don't have any listings yet. And the about. Okay, and that was the first version actually of the front end. So as you can see, that was actually very fast. But of course you would want to then go through everything and then not using AI usually, but yourself, changing colors, maybe changing the font size and so on to make it perfect the way you want it to be. But let's just leave it like this for now. So as you can see there, AI is pretty good with coming up with a first draft for the front end, especially for the text elements. But afterwards you will have to go through everything to adjust it and make it the way you want it to be. And now we move on with the rest of the 90%, I would say, of the marketplace, which is actually on the back office. So let's do it. So I go down here to the store setting and then I go to the listing form, because this one is always important because this is where you define your listing types. And we then make two listing types. First one, so this one, we will call that one drop-in visits. And the other one, we will call that one overnight boarding. Okay, so that's the two listing types we have. Okay, and then we scroll down here and we add a couple of custom fields. So as you can see here, right now we're just asking for title, description, and price, but we would want to ask for a couple more things. So let's ask for visits per day. We make that a select, and then we add the different options. So 1 visit, 2 visits, 3 visits. Then let's also add another custom field that we call service radius in kilometers. We select number and that's it. And then for the overnight boarding listing type, we also add a custom field here. So we add this one, max cats hosted at once. We make that a number as well, so the number type. And we add one more custom field and we call that one other pets in the home, which is a select. And then we add the options. So cats only, cats plus dog, no other pets. Then we go to our own marketplace and just sign up as a seller to see how it works. But actually before that, let's just add our payment details. So the Stripe Connect, let's add the keys here, so the test keys. And I do that from my sandbox environment, so my test account on Stripe. So you always do that to begin with. And I save. Good. Now we go and sign up. So sign up as a seller. Okay, so I'm signed in as a seller. So let's create 1 or 2 listings. So let's start with making a drop-in visit listing. And as you can see here, the description is here. I'll come to your home to feed your cat with fresh water, scoop the litter, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Service radius 10 kilometers. And she can do, let's say, 2 visits per day. Let's add an image as well. So she would then add an image of herself. And let's publish that one. Then let's make one more listing. So for the overnight boarding, I add all the information here. So the price, $45. She then also writes something about herself. My home is quiet, cat only space with sunny window, purchase, plenty of hiding spots, and so on. Daily photos and videos, updated included. Okay, that's good. Max cats, let's say, I don't know, 3. And she's a cats only person. And she adds an image, of course, of her home, I guess. And let's also publish that one. Cool. So she has 2 listings now, these 2. So different listing types. So one for the drop-in visits and one for the overnight boarding. Let's go and have a look at the marketplace now. So it looks like this. Cool. Maybe we just adjust the filtering here a little bit. Let's just do that. So we do that here from the all listings page. So let's maybe also add a filter for visits per day and max cats hosted at once. Cool. Let's go back, refresh, and now we can see it like this. Nice. Cool, and now we can see that the product detail page, so the actual listing page, looks like this. So that is pretty good. One thing we should just probably change for the drop-in listing type is that that should actually be a booking kind of listing type. So it shouldn't say buy now, it should say book now, right? So let's just do that. So I go back to the back office here, I go to the listing form, and then for the drop-in visit, let's change the calendar. So we add a calendar, and that's a date plus time slots. Because once we do that, then Maya here, she can also add her availability. So let's go and edit the listing. So here you can see the availability. So let's add some availability. So if I just pick some days here, like some time slots, let's add these ones, but let's also add some more like this, and we do fill these ones from maybe the whole day. Okay, cool. So that's her availability. We update the listing, and let's go back and now have a look at the listing. Cool. So now you can see there's also a calendar there, which makes more sense, right? So basically on the buyer side, you can then go in, find Maya, and then if you need her to come to your house to take care of your cat, you can then click here on the 29th of July and then select the time slots, right? So that makes more sense. So that's it, guys. So as you can see, now we actually have a first version of our marketplace, and you know, the front page looks like this. Of course, it still needs a little bit more work, but not that much actually. Then of course we made an about page that looks completely different. So we used AI 100% here. So that one, of course, we'll have to adjust so it looks more like the front page one, right? And of course, then we have our all listing page where we can do filtering like this. We can go into a specific listing page, and we can select a time and make a booking basically. So all of that was of course controlled from the back office, and the sellers, they can sign up and then they can create listings and they can edit their listings as well from the seller dashboard area. So I hope that this showed you that AI is of course great for the creative parts of a marketplace, but the creative parts is actually only the front end parts, not the back office. The back office, you just want to be working basically. So that's it, guys. I hope that you liked it, and I'm very curious to hear what you think. Would you let your AI control your seller onboarding, your listing process, and maybe also your checkout flow? Please write in the comments here. And if you liked it, please give it a like and maybe also subscribe to this channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you. Thank you. Bye. Ciao.